What's up YouTube, and welcome back Behind the Stick. I'm Chris Payne, the Digital Bartender, and I've got a great video for you today. We're going to be making the ultimate gin and tonic. Now, if you saw my last post, it was a Bespoke Post subscription box review of a box that Kelly kindly got me for Father's Day. It was their distilled box, and you see the contents of that spread out down here before you. It was their homemade gin kit. So today we're going to start the process of making our ultimate gin and tonic by making our own gin. Basically, it's a very straightforward process. We take a neutral spirit. In this case, we've got deepeddyvodka, and 375 milliliters of that is what it took to fill up this beautiful little vessel, this nice little decanter that they sent me in the box. I used the funnel to measure that all out and just did squeak by with enough of the deep eddy to get going. And so what we're going to do is it gets 24 hours with the juniper berries that are going to be infusing their beautiful botanical flavors into the vodka, and then another 12 hours we're going to add the botanical blend. Not exactly sure 100% what's in here. It's just the botanical blend that the Bespoke Post people sourced and put in the kit. But basically every single major distiller out there has their own proprietary botanical blend. Some are more juniper forward, some are very piney, some are very light and floral. It really all depends on the particular distiller. So when you say, I don't like gin, maybe you don't like a particular gin that you've had, but I certainly encourage you to try different gins on the market and find the one that suits your palate, because chances are there's something out there for you. So let's get started with step one. We're going to need this later at the end of all this process to strain everything back out. This is the little tea strainer that came with the kit. Funnel, we will deal with that later. Let's get this box out of the way. And these lovely Collins glasses which came in the kit, which we will eventually fill with our ultimate gin and tonic. We'll set those down. All right, so I have here just a little Cambro. This is, we're going to have to store this in a cool and dark area, aka your fridge, and so we'll get this nice and sealed and tucked away in our fridge when we're all done. So anyway, we'll start with our pre-measured deep eddy vodka, or any inexpensive vodka. I think $16 a fifth at my local liquor store for the deep eddy, and again, I've said it time and time again, every bit as good as Tito's, which I think they're getting $27 a fifth for now. All right, so we'll do our first package, the juniper berries. Don't squish those down. I don't want any of them flying in the room. All right. And oh, check this out. I've got a nice little, just for added freshness, little silica packet there. All right. For good measure, we'll give these a stir, just to make sure that they're all incorporated. I think the directions call for you to just put these down in the bottle and shake the bottle, but we'll just give that a hearty stir. And let's see, I've got my lid right here. Get that sealed up nice and tight. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna pop this in the fridge, and I'll meet you back here in 24 hours for step two. All right, welcome back. It has been 24 hours now that our juniper berries have been infusing into what was our deep eddy vodka, and it is slowly becoming our homemade gin. As you can see, we've already got a little golden hue showing up in the gin, just pulling out some of the natural color from those berries. Now it's time to add our botanical blend. So again, we'll make sure and get it all down to the bottom. Pull the top off. This time, I'm gonna remove that silica pack first before we just dump it right into our spirit here. All right, every last little bit. And since there's some pretty fine particles in here, I'm actually going to use a whisk. Just kind of make sure and get that well incorporated. Just like that. All right. Put the lid back on, and recommendation is 12 more hours in the fridge, and then we will get it all strained out and we will have our gin. And you know, once you've made this once, you can adjust the taste. If you like a stronger, more powerful gin, let it go for a little bit longer with the infusion. If you like a lighter gin, if it's a little too strong for you, next time around they do sell a refill kit at Bespoke Post. You can just get the botanical and the juniper berry refills and make your next batch and adjust to your taste. But we'll pop this back in the fridge, and we'll be back with you shortly. And welcome back, everybody. We have now given it the 12 hours for our botanical blend to infuse into our gin, and it's time to strain that all out. So what I'm going to do is remove the lid, and I have another Cambro here. Now the gin kit came with this tea strainer, and for the at-home, in a pinch, this is all you have option, it'll do. But this is the ultimate gin and tonic, and so we're gonna kick it up a notch. I am grateful to have that new piece of kit, but for all my infusions and my syrups that I make, I use a number 10 fryer oil microparticle strainer. This is Royal brand. You can get them on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description. I think a 50 pack's around $10, so super inexpensive, and you can make a lot of different batches. All right, so we are going to set this down for just 1 second and readjust this guy so that you can see everything. All right, pour right down on top. Take our muddler, just kind of press just to make sure and get all the bits out of there that we need to. All right, we'll set that aside. Okay, now we're going to take our funnel that came with our kit, and we're going to bottle our gin. You'll notice it's got this kind of golden hue to it. That is super typical of what they call an unfiltered gin. Now I know we just ran ours through a microparticle filter, but when they do this in a distillery, they'll run it through a carbon filter several times, and it'll really get like microscopic particles out, and it'll clarify the gin. But this looks almost like an old Tom style of gin, which is barrel aged, and yeah, it just kind of has a nostalgic feel to it. And I like it. It's a really pretty color from all those botanicals and the juniper berries. Awesome. Okay, so there we have it, our homemade gin. Yeah, definitely picking up on all those floral and botanical notes. All right, so now it's time to make our ultimate gin and tonic. So in our mixing glass, we will add 1.5 ounces of our homemade gin. Okay, and we have our Liber&Co Ultimate Premium Tonic Syrup, 3/4 ounce. Okay, and then 3/4 ounce, I have some fresh squeezed lime juice as well. There we go. Give that a little stir. Set that to the side. Now, with our Bespoke Post kit, we got this awesome Collins glass and this super cool Collins ice tray. And so pop one of these guys out for you, and just fits really nice in that glass. I really like that combination. This is the ultimate gin and tonic, and so I went ahead and pre-sliced some lime wheels, coated them with a little bit of agave nectar, and then threw them in the dehydrator at work. And so I dehydrated them at kind of a 90-degree angle so they'd fit nicely right around this ice. Drop a few of these down in the glass. The point of the agave nectar is that these can get a little bit bitter when they dehydrate, and so I didn't want that to take away from the cocktail. Plus it puts this really cool kind of stained glass effect on the outside of the lime wheels as well. There we go. And now we will take and strain this down into our glass. Very good. And I've got here what I consider the best product on the market. This is the Q brand club soda. Just to give it some nice bubbles, lighten up and elevate this cocktail. All right. There you have it, folks. The ultimate gin and tonic, homemade gin, premium tonic syrup, fresh lime juice, dehydrated lime wheels, and the Q brand club soda. Let's give it a taste. Let's try it out. Wow. Freshness from the lime. Really, the quinine, which is the main ingredient in the tonic syrup, is very pronounced, which is like a nice little punch. And then the gin itself, yeah, homemade gin. It's been a fun experience. Maybe not the most delicious gin that I've ever tried. I'd probably tweak the recipe a little bit as far as the amount of time that the juniper berries were in there. I think 24 hours is a long time. It got super piney from that. Immediately you could pick up on those notes after just the 24-hour period. And then the botanical blend, I think I'd like to play around with that, maybe choose my own botanicals and really dial in the flavor profile. But all in all, super cool experience, and it's a great story to go along with the cocktail if you serve these yourself. And it's kind of a fun gift idea. I really like, you know, as a whole, the Bespoke Post box. I got some, you know, premium additions to my own home bar kit, and you know, the ice cube tray specifically stands out. The Collins glasses is just like, you know, really happy to have those. So anyway, ultimate gin and tonic. Try one out for yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video.